Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrander, and we're picking up by going after one of the walking mausoleums. I do want Mesmer's orb. I'm curious to see what that incantation actually entails. And does this count? Yes, it does. Wonderful. So, Relana's cameo actually does act as a benefit directly to the Sword of Night and Flame. Are you going down? Yes, you are. Yeah, Sword of Night and Flame. Very early game. Patch 1.0. The Sword of Night and Flame was one of the best weapons in the whole game. In fact, I used it to kill Radahn the very first time I fought him. But since then, they balanced it out. In other words, they... well, nerfed it straight into the ground. Granted, they didn't completely decimate it. But they also did not, leave it with over much power either. Now, hold on. Where is... why... hold on. So I have the Spear of the Impaler. I had its remembrance. Why isn't it here? Why? Where did it go? I don't still have it, do I? I don't see how I could, since I turned it into the weapon. Okay. Don't tell me that you can only get one copy of his rune, or his remembrance. What even? Okay, I'm gonna reload the game right quick. Because I don't see why. Otherwise, it's not giving me the opportunity to get another copy of his remembrance. I keep saying Great Rune. I don't know who this is, this person in this throne. I don't believe I've encountered them yet. But there are a fair number of places I haven't been to in the Land of Shadow. Here's hoping I haven't crossed a line that... Excuse me? What? What? What even? Are you kidding me? Why? I love him. Well. Okay. I don't even know. Let's go over to the Grace here, come back and see what the hell happened. Okay. Yeah, we have the ancestral followers. Yeah, so did I just... Okay, now we're back. And you still aren't going to let me. Well... I'm just gonna leave that here for now. I assume that it will let me, at some point, convert a different remembrance. Let's go back to the round table hold. I don't know why they're not letting me get a copy, another copy of the remembrance for from Mesmer. I have no idea why they're... Yeah, I have no remembrances. I've already bought all his gear. So let's go back again. And give this another go. At least this will prove whether or not... whether or not the mausoleum will despawn, lose its virtue, its ability to duplicate a remembrance. Because I never actually tried leaving one of these before without having used it. I've always actually made full use of them whenever I came across them. Yep, okay, it will let me do any of that, so it doesn't matter if I leave and come back. That has to be a bug. Otherwise, I don't know why. Yeah, that's annoyed me. That's annoyed me a lot. I want both of his abilities. the spear and his weapon, his spell, his flame incantation. Because there haven't been enough really good pyromancies in this game. But now it's looking like I can't get it, and I'm gonna have to look this up later.
Thank you. Now I finally cast off my misgivings. Give my regards to Honorable Ansbach. Tell him, if we should meet in battle, to face your bow would be fine enough. But to face your blade would be an honor. Brave warrior. Perhaps next time, we too will meet on the battlefield.
Do you want me to kill you? Is that really what you want? To fight me?
Brave warrior. Perhaps next time, we too will meet on the battlefield.
I do not take joy in meaningless bloodshed. Now, let's see if we can find Ansbach again. Tempted to say we won't find him, but I'll check the place I last saw him at any rate. Shadow Militiaman. Yeah, I know you're a sneaky little blighter of a friend. The homing on that is something amazing. Nope, not here. Yes, Mesmer's Spear has a somewhat unique utility. Gives you a long-range attack for 0 cost. Makes it a phenomenal tool just for utility's sake. Though you do have to charge it up to get the full impact out of it. And yes, I will say, I would use Mesmer's Spear not as my main weapon, but as a secondary piece, just as I was using it now. And as expected, Ansbach is gone. But while we're here, let's go back up to the 7th floor. And Freya has departed now. I would be interested in getting her shield and her... Well, we got her shield. That'd be interesting to get her sword and her armor also. Yeah, then I finally figured out a good strategy for killing these guys. Requires a fair bit of energy, FP, to do, but it's a lot more consistent. So... Ah, yes. There's a fair bit of ground yet to be covered here. In fact, let's try going down. Starting up high this time. Because we still have the giant horned creature that had in its hair some item or other. We weren't able to reach it previously, but perhaps that has changed. The lighting wigged out on us there a little bit. Almost made it look, well, like it was we were going into a room as opposed to an open air. It strikes me that the spear might actually benefit from Godfrey's icon, since it has a charge effect. Oh well. It is real nice to have a range attack that doesn't cost anything. Checkpoint ahead, you say? That might be a lift over there. But I don't see how I would reach it. Where is the hair fellow? Oh, there he is. Much further down than I thought. Let's see, if we go down this way, will we find him? I am a bit disappointed that Mesmer's spear is just a bloody spear for most of its moveset. What with all of the sweeps and slashes he had in his moveset, I would have thought it's a no-brainer for it to also carry over to his weapon when you got it. Let's try going toward the middle to the 4th floor. As I'm not familiar enough with the tower yet to be able to say where exactly the hair fellow seems to be. Oh, a new message from Leda. Message left by Needle Knight Leda, addressed to kindred spirits who also pursue Mikola's trail. Dane passed on a message. The sealing tree is in the ancient ruins of Rauh. It lies beyond the high bridge leading from the 1st floor of the storehouse. I will join you there once I have finished the task at hand. I see. So I've actually unwittingly progressed in the right direction. You were meant to kill Mesmer. Around this time, it seems. Okay, so that's floor 3, it looks like. No, if I had Torrent, maybe I could make that jump, but I don't have access to Torrent in here, so... No, not doing that. And probably not worth going this way either. Looks like we're going down to the first floor and working our way upwards a bit. Certainly are making it bothersome to return to this area to get the one item, and I wonder what it even will be. Another revered ash would be my guess. And that wouldn't be a bad reward. Simply very long in coming one. And I wound up whiffing. And once again, I find myself very, very thankful that I have the Erdtree heal. Again, I really do like that particular kill animation. Ah, there you are. No point in fighting you, though. Okay, one more floor up. I wouldn't mind getting another of your short swords. But it wasn't worth all that much to me. Pearl Drake Talisman +3. Huh. Boosts non-physical damage negation by the utmost. Talisman, with a large depiction of a pearlescent ancient dragon. Boosts non-physical damage negation by the utmost. The ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Erdtree would protect their lord as a wall of living rock. And so it is that the shape of the dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protection. Yes, an interesting thing indeed. And now that we have that, let's go to the west rampart and start toward Rauh. So it turns out that we would have had to defeat Mesmer before going any further in this direction anyway. Or at the least, going this way would have amounted to far less if we had not already killed him. So if he was only the mid-boss of this DLC, what the devil is the actual end boss going to look like? Let's see about the range. Yeah, not great on the reach. Let's see what happens when I equip Godfrey's icon. I expect this will increase it somewhat. Oh. How does... Not really good enough of an improvement. Let's see. Maybe I'll go back to Radagon's icon. Better to have reliable spell casting than a slightly stronger thrown spear. What? What is... Okay, what was attacking? No, really, what was just shooting at me? A rain of flyer arrows. Oh, that's you, isn't it? Okay. Enough. How much health do you have? Ugh. Salsa? Oh, so you were a special Fire Knight. Hood of Salza, Sage of the Fire Knights. A prodigious amount of cloth wound around it, giving the impression of a greatly swollen head, and wearing it increases intelligence. A disciple of the Elder Wego, he refused to burn down an old ruin at the risk of his own life. Honestly, like the kind of hood he's got under all that extra silly cloth is kind of cool looking. But all the guff on top of it kind of ruins it for me. Oh, wrong one. Meant to do Erdtree heal. Silversmithing 9. Well, by this point I would hope you'd have a +9. Frankly, I don't see how you could have killed Mesmer without one. I wonder if there are any hidden doors or entrances. Oh well. Dane, Freya, and Ansbach are all going to be here. Now that is quite a sight. The ancient ruins of Rauh. Much brighter place than the rest of the Land of Shadow. Much brighter indeed. Now, let's go exploring, shall we? That would probably be a lethal fall right there. I do find it interesting that we slew Mesmer just so that we could burn the Skadu tree. Spirit calculus again. I suppose it's fortunate that we didn't have to kill Mesmer to reach this place. After all, I very nearly came here. And I was originally planning to come here before killing Mesmer. Though, if I had come here before killing him, I wouldn't have had the kindling to actually burn the tree, preventing me from reaching Mikola. It's rather peaceful so far. I begin to wonder about that. About the sort of place this actually is. Furthermore, are Leda, Freya, and Ansbach going to attack us? Since we're probably going to be attacking Mikola sooner or later. At the very least, I expect we shall slay the abomination he intends to create, the soul of Radahn, in Moab's body. I can't imagine anything good coming from such a creature. Granted, the restoration of Radahn might be an interesting thing. And a just thing, even. But using Mohg's body to do it kinda takes away from that idea. That looks like it could be a massive arena down there. Just taking in the breathtaking view once again. We finally stumbled across an enemy. One more tick, and that would have killed him at once. Reverend Spirit Ash. Yep, oh, I knew you were here. Yeah, he basically just undoes the heal. Oh, for crying out. Okay. This worked on the others, so maybe it'll work on you too. Wasteful, honestly, but actually being able to kill them is just a smidge too useful. I'm going after Mr. Pot first. There is, of course, the off chance that he actually has something good in his pot to give. Nothing like dragging you in, huh? Wouldn't be surprised if there's another ascetic waiting. Fond of your mushrooms, I see. Can still use torrent in here. Somber 9 again. They're getting a bit generous now. But they're probably going to dump another ascetic on me in any second now. Fire Spirit Stone. Looks like we can go down there. But I'm going to look for a safer way. Simply hopping on down doesn't seem particularly wise. Well, since we can use Torrent, let's expedite our search a little. Is there any way around this? Doesn't look promising, no. And we have a long way to go yet. Yeah, actually being able to use Torrent in this pseudo indoor area is kind of interesting. Oh, you can. Well, now that changes the usefulness of that Mesmer Spear quite a bit. I didn't know if you could actually use the throwing feature while on Torrent. Turns out you can. Is the only way to just drop down? Because if we do drop down there, we're not getting back up here easily. That's assuming I don't just die. Ooh, we live. Okay. So we do in fact get to live for doing that. Though we did take a chunk of damage during the fall. I hope there aren't any ascetics down here. Okay. Yeah, the Erdtree heal is damn good for exploration. Just because it gives you an extra healing option. But in the heat of a fight, especially with someone like Mesmer, that can cause trouble very fast. Simply because it takes a little too long to wind up. So a flask will be faster. Okay, I see one. Oh. Oh, and No. Enough rolling. That was mighty annoying of you. Oh, and there's another one. And you got to roll because I... Okay. No. Yeah, at least I got some flask charges back for that. Yeah, that was a very annoying fight right there. Mostly because I was taking damage that I could hardly avoid. And I got screwed over at the start. By the gap. Well, height differential. My thrusts weren't hitting him. I only praise messages if they're actually useful. Begging for it doesn't count as useful. Oh, I see you. You're an ascetic, aren't you? Yes, you are. In that case... yeah, I'm just going to smash you as quick as I can. I don't have the patience for you anymore. Ooh. Curse Blades Cirque. You know, I've killed a dozen or more of the ascetics, and only now does one of them drop me a weapon. At least I assume that's a weapon. Yes, it is. Weapon of the Masked Curse Blades. Circular backhand blade with wave-like cutting edges, sharpened into points that incite blood loss. Long ago, this was employed by the ascetics, who strove to become tutelary deities as a ritualistic object in their self-flagellating dances. And we also have the Golden Lion Shield. Shield made to resemble a fierce golden lion with a luxuriant mane. Awarded to especially valorous members of Radahn's personal guard on the occasion of its formation. Interesting. I still wound up taking a nice chunk of damage from him. The ascetic I slew. But at least he fell without too much in the way of difficulty. And thankfully, they've yet to throw more than one of those creatures at me at once. Quite a bit to explore down here, it seems. Hopefully we'll find a grace soon. Oh, wonderful. Yes, come around this corner. Oh, not you too. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit again. Oh, it turned out I was wrong about that. Oh, and another great big old spider. And another one beside. Let's kill that one before the one on the ceiling notices. Spider scorpion ashes. Nasty critters, these. And I kind of doubt their actual usefulness, you know? They don't seem especially durable to me. So I half expect that if I used one of these on Mesmer, he would simply have disintegrated it in naught but 5 seconds. So I wound up heading toward the exit. Or an exit, anyway. Definitely glad I came back for you. Erdtree fragment. And another fall. I would like to find a grace before I drop. Let's see, is that actually... Yeah, it looks like it's an effect. Okay, good. What are you? Oh, you're the bugger things. Ugh. Disgusting creature. This is getting rather long-winded. Pun intended. Wonder what you things even are. Thankfully, we haven't run into any bosses down here, and relatively few of the ascetics. So far, these guys haven't been all that dangerous. I had to come at it from the right angle, huh? Where are you? Ow. Our first thrust bounced off the wall. Oh. No, you're just bugs. I was worried you might be another ascetic. Oh. That looks promising. If I can just make it past whatever you are. Are you a... Yeah, that's a Crucible Knight right there. Yeah, we'll get back to you, Mr. Crucible Knight, but I'm going to grab this grace straight away. Another Erdtree fragment. And a message at the cross of the ancient ruins. Carved words coalesce. I abandon here the last of the flesh of my body. Now we definitely want this. And I have enough for both blessings. I'm amazed that no one else made it here yet. Here at the end. I'll have a go at killing this new... Yeah, someone drops that skull down every time, apparently. A new Crucible Knight with a great big old hammer. Oh, you turned into a centaur thing. Oh, and you also... Huh. Oh, bloody. Was that damage really commensurate? Okay, that delay, though. Nope. Ow, ow, ow. Am I stuck? Bullshit. I ended up getting stuck against the damn wall. You know what, I'm going to give up right there. No, you know, I was tempted to sign off right there. But no, I'm killing this bastard. I know we're running a little long, but screw it, I'm killing him. This one doesn't seem all that impacted. Caught me, did you? Yep, I learned from the last time just how dangerous that move can be. Okay, the time that takes. Way too bloody long. Come at me. Devonia's hammer and the Crucible hammer helm. I kinda wish that you'd had a unique armor to go with it. Ay ay. But let's see what we've got all the same. Helm worn by Devonia, longest serving of the Crucible Knights. Holds the power of the Crucible of Life, the primordial form of the Erdtree. Strengthens aspects of the Crucible incantations. It is said Devonia quested in search of the Crucible's origin, and departed from the lands of the Erdtree alone. Interesting. Honestly, I never found much interest in the tale of the Crucible Knights. Devonia's hammer. Great hammer wielded by Devonia, longest serving of the Crucible Knights. Weapon forged of primordial gold, marked by its reddish hue and inhabited by ancient holiness. A torrent of life is engraved upon the striking face. Unique skill, Devonia's Vortex. Using the power of the Crucible Vortex, violently spin the hammer around and slam the ground, causing a shockwave. This skill can be charged to increase its power. Meh. Not all that interesting, honestly. Not been a big fan of hammers in general. As evidenced by the fact that I didn't even have the giant smasher until I needed it to take care of the forge. Oh well. Now, I think that'll wrap this up. We are running long, after all. So, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day.